This is an after-school program podcast.
What key are we in, G?
I think I left it in the car, but I brought a letter. The only letter I ever saved, and I could just tell you what it said.
Fan mail? Is it? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
So when we were on the road, this is how think about this. This is how it worked. People would send us our mail to our post office box in Alabama. And then we had someone who volunteered as our secretary, and they would gather our mail, and then they would look. They put it in a bundle, and they would look on the calendar. Let's see, where are they going to be in about 10 days?
Wow.
Okay, they're going to be in First Assembly of God in Coldwater, Kansas. So they would forward the mail to that church, and then we would get it when we would get there, and that's how long it took.
That's crazy.
The mail, and
Wow.
I don't think we ever missed anything, but we would get letters from girls at various churches, and I have this one, I forget, her name is Heather or something, I forgot her last name, from Florida, and it says something like, "Dear Scott, I am tired of writing you letters and you never writing back, but I thought I would try one more time. I am going to get straight to the point. I love you."
Wow.
and then I feel bad now because I never even responded to that. But she
You
said,
shouldn't respond to that.
I know, but she said,
so funny.
she said, if you don't mind, please write me back. And if you need to, you can use the backside of this letter.
This girl.
So that's the only.
She was like, listen, you have paper right here. You have no more excuses.
All you need is a pen.
Do you have a pen, an envelope, a stamp, and time? Scott,
yeah.
please. And you still go.
I saw you at a pizza party.
Please.
So I can only imagine now with social media
Yeah.
and stuff, and like for musicians, they probably just get swamped with like all kinds of stuff.
And they get in a lot of trouble. Scott.
Yeah.
That's ultimately, that's what it leads to, a lot of trouble.
I should have written back and said, "Dear Heather, you're coming across a little thirsty. You might need to dial that back a little bit."
Oh, that is
freeze
so
right there?
funny. No, that's good. I got to
Oh,
record
okay.
that was just to back up. I think it's very funny that you brought this up, and it's been like, this is the third letter, and you're like, I still never responded back to her. I thought the story had some type of redemption. It's like, no, just decades of ghosting
Yeah, this
going
is
on.
80s ghosting.
It just, to me, the punchline is, I'll get straight to the point. I love you.
Yeah.
Did she have like a picture of herself in it?
No.
So she just
She's basically
relied
just saying,
on you remembering Heather from
Yeah.
Podunk for whatever, Florida.
I had no idea either.
the translation is, let's get straight to the point. I'm crazy.
Yeah. And then there's another time that stands out in my mind. We were at a church in Kentucky, and this girl in the church she was a little forward, let's say.
Okay.
A little forward, you know. She kind of put herself out there a little bit, and so she was real friendly.
Yeah.
And she kept wanting to take me and my brother Tim to the mall. Like, hey, you guys are in town and you have nothing to do, and I just feel sorry for you guys. And I'd love to just, come by and if you got some time. So we finally were like, well, okay. This girl, she shows up not by herself. She pulls up, she's driving, and her friend is in the back seat.
So it was in like already for you.
So
like,
it
you
was-
already paired up. So
it
you
was
one
set-
Bachmann up front.
It was set up to be a double date to the
It's
mall.
like the Rebecca Black song. Bachmann's in the front seat. Bachmann's in the back seat.
And
This
so-
girl she was like, I've been ghosted by too many Christian brother boy bands that come through town. This is the only way.
We looked at each other. We were just like, I can't believe this is happening. So, and then we go to the mall, and I promise you, they wanted us to get in one of those photo booths where it takes.
Really?
Back then, it was like it would take 4 pictures for $1.
Yeah.
Wanted us to pair off and get in the photo booth. Like,
that's an established relationship type thing, right?
yeah, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
The photo booth, that comes on date what? Like date 7 or I don't know.
Yeah. If.
Yeah.
So in the double digits, somewhere down there.
By the time we got back to the church, we were so mad.
Did y'all get in the photo booth though?
I was trying to remember because earlier I was thinking about sharing this story, and I do not actually remember if we went through with it or if we begged off of it somehow. We might have just said, it's okay.
No.
Let's go get a pretzel. I don't know.
Now, people just will slide into your DMs, is what they call it, and that's happened to me a few times before I was married, and I'm like, no, thank you. I politely said, no, thank you.
Everybody always
people get
says
real
that.
bold.
And I'm not. Is that an Instagram thing?
It's an Instagram. It's a Twitter,
Facebook,
like
Snapchat.
direct message. That's essentially what.
But
that
why?
is.
LinkedIn.
Why is? And I'm showing my age
No,
here.
not LinkedIn.
Why is the phrase "slide into your DMs"? Everybody always says it that way. Why?
Yeah. I think
We don't know.
I think it was like started off maybe like a Vine or something, or like a meme essentially, like slide. But I mean, sliding is the weirdest verb, right?
Yeah.
Creeping into the DMs, that's another one. But sliding, like a baseball home plate type situation, like hey, like.
Or shooting your shot.
Yeah, you
is
shoot
another
your
one.
Yeah, a lot of sports terms in you shoot your shot. That's what, man, I kind of want to end there, but then I just had a thought that I just sent you something.
Yeah. No, we'll play the Kent and Joe.
So I really want us. I feel like we've really gotten down to a point where we've really like explained the different forms of Christian rappers. There's like the anti-devil. There's like the redemption, God Save Me. But then there's also like this could be a love song. Could be a Christian song. And Canton Jones has one of my favorite ones. It's called Hook You Up. And let me just say, Canton Jones, black Christian rapper, made a lot. This song is essentially like him talking to a female about, hey, let me hook you up with my mans, and his mans is Jesus Christ. Roll that clip, Robert.
Here it is.
The beat is hard too. Hold on.
He was there when the doctor slapped your fanny.
Stop it right there. Stop it right there.
Is this guy well known?
Yeah, yes. Stop it right there. He was there.
Again, I've seen this guy
the song is called Hook You Up. And the first line is he was there when the doctor slapped your fanny. I forgot. I just realized how ridiculous this was. I listened to this song in like 2008. Play it from the beginning again.
I'm gonna hear this again.
He was there when the doctor slapped your fanny. He knows your mammy. And you
knows your mammy. He knows your mammy.
This is gonna get clipped. I can't play. Guys,
I'm playing it again.
Play it from the beginning.
He was there when the doctor slapped your fanny. He knows your mammy. And you
Already, I don't need to listen to any more. I love this song.
He was in the writer's room and he said, "What rhymes with fanny?" Mammy.
I appreciate this man because he could have said anything.
Yeah.
He was there when you were born.
Yeah, he was like.
He was there
when
for your first breath.
No. He was there when the doctor slapped your fanny. Which, I don't know. Doctors don't slap fannies. I witnessed a child.
Witnessed a childbirth. It was his own child,
yeah, it was my own
way.
No, I just go to the hospital sometimes. I'm like, yo, what's up?
Can I watch?
Is this him like trying to be like sensual? Because okay, the thing about these Christian songs is like they'll use the same language as like sensual R&B, but in like a different context.
Yeah. So this is that, dude. I'm telling you, there's like a female vocal on it too. Closer to the hook. Yeah.
Should we listen to more?
Yeah, listen to more, dude.
All right.
And you pappy too. You kept your happy. Who? A man, girl.
Duh.
You already know. What other cat you know can walk on H2O? You never go hungry, cause my man can fix it. I seen him feed plenty with 2 fishes and some biscuits. I know you say why you. I guess, well, I suppose. What many he be calling, but you the one.
I love the concept that he's trying to set this girl up on a date with Jesus.
It's like, I am God's wingman.
He's at the bar. His homie Jesus is next to him. It's like, hey girl, my man over there's looking at you. It's Jesus Christ.
Yeah, this song does have like a weird connotation when you think about a dude like going across the way, and he's like, "Yo, he was there. He was there when the doctor slapped your fanny." Guys, if we ever make
okay. I mean, just some clarification. Like, is that grooming? That's kind of problematic, isn't it?
If God needs Canton assumed that God needed a wingman, and he fulfilled that role. Dude, we gotta get to the hook. I can't wait for you guys to hear the hook.
You're the one he chose to protect you from your foes and to get you new clothes, and all he wants is your soul, and he can take control.
So Jesus is also a sugar daddy. Yeah?
He can paint your toes, and
he can paint. Pause it. He said he can paint your toes.
He also said all he wants is your soul.
Yeah.
All he wants is your soul.
Dude, can you just rewind it back like 15 seconds?
Looking at you.
He wants your soul. Hey, he can paint your toes.
Okay, here we go.
Dude, this song
all he wants is one tiny thing. Give him your soul.
Yeah.
You're the one he chose to protect you from your foes and to get you new clothes, and all he wants is your soul, and he can take control and take you off the scroll, and he can paint your toes, and man, you too nice to get caught out in this world. Give my man a chance.
Give him a chance.
Daddy got a mansion already set up. All he gotta do is know y'all met up.
I know my man's not much of a looker.
All right.
Give him a chance.
He's like,
Go
my
on
man.
one date with my man.
He said, my man's got a mansion already set up.
If you take away the fact that this is God, it sounds like a good deal.
Yeah, like, hey man, my man, he wants your soul.
Jeff Bezos.
He can paint your toes and save you from your foes.
This song works if it's about Jeff Bezos.
Doesn't work great if it's about a man.
This song could literally be about Jeff Bezos.
Yeah,
My man's got a mansion
already set up.
He was there when you were born. All he wants is his soul.
All he wants is his employee's soul.
Is this Jeff Bezos? Keep playing it. Rewind it. Just run it back.
Okay, here we go.
Your soul, and he can take control and take you off the scroll, and he can paint your toes, and man, you too nice to get caught out in this world.
Nice,
Give my man a chance, girl. His daddy got a mansion already set up.
It's
all
set
he
up.
gotta do is know y'all met up. And you the bride forevermore to walk through heaven's door. And all I ask is
the
that
hook.
you don't forget about you. With my man,
And then there's like a female part. Let me hook you up with my man.
Let me hook you up with my man, mommy.
I gotta hook you up.
With my man, honey. Yo,
Female part.
hook you up with my man, mommy.
Can this man take the pain away?
Yeah, that's my man,
Stop me
mommy.
from struggling
Whoa.
from day to day.
Get with my man.
Get with my
This
man.
man wipe away my tears.
That's my man.
This man settle all my fears.
You can easily make
I hate
mistakes for
this
the
so
Lord.
much.
Turn around.
He's like, the hook needs a little bit of pushback. Can this man take away my? Get with my man's, honey.
Indeed, he can.
You know,
Get with my man's, mommy.
Shama,
Mommy.
I'm having an idea.
I'm sorry, guys.
I'm having a vision. I feel like we gotta make
music video?
the 2020 version of this. We picture this music
no.
video. We're at the coffee shop.
Yeah.
Cute girls at the counter.
Cute girl.
You walk up to her.
Yeah.
It's like, hey,
Hey.
see my man over there?
He's got a halo. He's like glowing slightly, and he's just like
Remember
he's
how,
pacing. He's pacing.
remember when we had
He's
that
loaded.
great idea of ending
got
the
a
podcast?
mansion.
I know, guys. I'm so sorry.
PD's been done for 45
I feel
minutes.
like PD. I feel like we took off. We almost landed, and then we took off again. I
meant
forgot how
the whole
ridiculous this is.
podcast.
Oh yeah.
I mean, after this song, I'm like, I don't want to do the show anymore.
Oh,
That's what I meant.
I thought you meant this
misunderstood.
episode.
Yeah, no, not this episode.
I've just been watching PD's reaction to this whole episode. He's just like,
Dude, yeah, I know. This
Not
podcast
the-
really came back, and now we're like, what if we just ended on this? We played Hook You Up, we all talked, we're like, stream so crispy, and we never talked about church
Hey,
stories ever again.
I've been having a great time on this podcast. I'm just not vibing with what's his name, Canton
Jones. Guys, you maybe you need to get with his man.
I'm not vibing with God's wingman.
sounds like a good.
That should be the title. What about God's
Yeah.
And what's crazy is like his man's is also with every other person in this room.
Can this man take away my pain? Get with my. It's like the convincing is like Hamas goes, get with my man's, honey. You gotta get with my man.
He's
doesn't say
omnipresent,
yes.
so he's got
Like
time
that.
for you.
He's like, well, it's like, wait a second. Does he have a job? Get with my man's. Hey, how's his does he live with his parents or does he work? Get with my man's. Like, whoa.
What's funny is that my current employer actually knows this guy.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they're friends because I mean he came through one day. I didn't know this was a
didn't know?
Canton Jones song,
Dude.
He didn't play this one.
I don't know. Literally, I heard this song on a CD my brother gave me. Like in 2008. And I don't know I can't name any other song by Canton Jones. I listened to the song so many times. And I'm like, what is this? And he can paint your toes and save you from your foes. And
But truth be
You're like,
told,
wait
there
a
was a lot of
second.
people at home in their living room before Corona.
do you
I
want
felt
to
that in my
preach?
spirit.
Do you
Ooh,
want
is that
to?
the Holy Ghost?
Some of y'all were at church,
Woo!
but y'all weren't at church.
And ain't been at church in some years.
And you ain't been trying to be the church. I'm done. Let me hold on. We're gonna go.
Oh, and Ari's a teacher, so she's got to read it.
Yeah. Do you
Oh,
want? Okay, awesome. Let
do
me.
you want profession? Do you want teacher voice? Like which?
It's whatever. So this we get emails from people. This is their short story. This is called Lemonade Laxatives.
What?
Oh my God.
Lemonade Laxatives.
Okay, we say
you-
people's names, right?
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, my name is Michael, and I have a fantastic church story. One of many. My youth group was at Accelerate in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Accelerate. I've been there. This is a conference.
I was
that
about to
happens
say, what
in
is this?
Gatlinburg.
Okay,
Yeah, it's like a youth conference.
Okay, youth conference. My hotel room consisted of me, my buddy Mark, and two of our friends. I hope this story is not bad because your buddy Mark is not going to be your buddy after this no more, Michael. Okay.
This is one of those stories like, hey, how many people can I throw under the bus
Right. Yes.
with me?
If somebody's story has the word laxative in it, you don't want to be in the story.
Exactly. Mark is already like, nah, he's talking about the other Mark.
Mark's
It
like,
wasn't
hold
me.
on. He's listening to something like, wait a minute. Michael, Gatlinburg, Accelerate.
This is too familiar. Oh my! I do have some youth stories from my youth days. That's funny.
Hey,
Jesus,
we'll get to them.
So, Buddy Mark is in here, and our two friends. The night that we arrived, Mark and I went into Walgreens looking for cough drops in preparation for worship. I mean, what kind of worship was y'all doing?
You know.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah. You don't want to be coughing your way through Waymaker.
Right. Oh my God!
Yeah.
So we made the joke that we should prank one of the college youth leaders named Jonah. Name dropping.
Man.
But we figured that our youth pastor wouldn't approve. Well, God has a sense of humor.
Oh, no.
Funny enough, we ran into our youth pastor on the way out of Walgreens. So we mentioned the laxative prank, and he was fine with it. It's go time.
What?
Is this the youth pastor, Jonah?
Wow.
Wait, Jonah.
It's hilarious already.
Jonah, I need to see you in my office.
Yeah.
And youth pastors, depending on the youth pastor, they can be the worst ones.
Yeah.
They want to prank. They want to prank everybody
yeah.
too. They're like, yes, let's do this.
That's where I mean, like, I'm like, have you not gotten in trouble? Like, has the worst? Like, what's the worst that can happen? Has the worst not happened to you yet? That you're still like,
Yeah.
you're gonna give laxatives to who? Yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
And we're out of town. Yeah, sure, cool. Yeah.
I love it. So fast forward to the next day, second day, around lunch, we invited Jonah to Mellow Mushroom for lunch. Unfortunately for us, he was at Johnny Rockets with a bunch of his college friends and two of the older youth girls. We took advantage of this time. We made the impression that we really hated not having lunch with him and told him that we were going to bring him a lemonade. We put two scoops of powdered laxatives in his lemonade and handed to
Two
Johnny.
scoops?
Wait, so they
Wait a second,
started by
hold on a
guilt
second.
tripping him.
Guilt tripped him into not having lunch with them.
Yeah.
Then
Good
took him.
foundation.
Good. It's a great setup. Then took him 2 scoops of powdered laxative.
Well, okay, I don't know enough about laxatives. How much is a lot?
One scoop is enough.
One
scoop is enough.
So I mean, one scoop. You're like that's
one scoop and you're running.
Is toilet immediately.
That's it. That's all you need. And really, depending on the laxative, you only need like half a scoop.
Really?
And I'm not like all the way constipated like that all the time, y'all. I want y'all to think I just be out here scooping laxative. It's just when you're pregnant, you get constipated. So I know these things.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
They're like, why she know the scoop amount? Like, what is going on over here? So they hit him with the setup. Two
Man,
scoops.
that's so polite. I mean, dude, hold on a second. This is the ultimate Trojan horse. Like, a lemonade is so refreshing.
Right.
Yeah.
A
But
lemonade
who
is a
just
symbol
has
of peace.
lemonade to give you.
And who's just delivering lemonade to people.
So now,
Yeah,
even
exactly.
before reading this story, if anybody was like, "Hey, can I bring you a lemonade?" You wouldn't accept it. You'd be like, "Hey."
I would
all
be
right,
like,
you know,
what's
I don't know.
wrong?
If it was a Chick-fil-A lemonade, I might be like,
Maybe.
Okay.
But another thing too is Accelerant happens in like February because I went this year and it's super cold.
So why would you drink
they
the
had no
lemonade
business serving up a
Yeah.
fresh lemonade anyways.
I would if somebody wanted to like meet me somewhere specifically to give me a lemonade. I'd be like, "What's wrong with you? Like, I just want to hang out. Like,
Right.
I'm not gonna go meet you at the Chick-fil-A."
No, please.
and really, if Michael and his friend Mark and all these other people were smart, they would have did a laxative in coffee because he would have immediately.
Oh, I mean, coffee is a laxative already.
Right.
Laxative and coffee.
Exactly. And it was winter time.
It's
so
sip and immediately soil
It's
yourself.
sip and poop.
Sip and
Sip and
soil. Sip and poop immediately.
But that's your laxative coffee. Sip and soil.
Sip and soil.
that should be a coffee shop name right there. Sip and soil.
Sip and soil.
We got
With
you.
exposed
when you don't
brick
like
and hipsters and overalls.
Oh my god!
Oh,
I
man.
freaking love this. So they set this poor guy up. So they took 2 scoops, and then so here's the other thing. If you're not familiar with powdered laxative, it does have a little bit of a taste. So if you know what lemonade tastes like, it's not gonna exactly taste like that anymore.
It's not going to hit the
Really?
same way lemonade
Exactly.
does.
So you should be like,
It's
What's
like when
in
they
there?
go when you go
Little
to the hospital and they're like, "Here's something that tastes like apple juice."
right.
Oh, it's like apple juice flavor.
Yeah.
There you
And they're
go.
like, we've never tasted apple juice. Sorry.
So one sip, and Jonah should have been like,
Hold on, guys.
going on
Yeah,
here?
yeah.
What's going on?
But I
This-
wonder if with the 2 scoops in the lemonade, I mean, 1 sip, you're essentially getting like what, like a third of. I mean, you're still getting a ton with a generous sip, right?
Yeah, you get
So
a ton.
if they're meeting this person just to bring them a lemonade, does that mean this guy is gonna feel the effects of this thing in his car?
Well, hold on. Well, let's
keep
we got-
reading.
We got
Let's keep
closure.
reading.
We got closure.
that was a good foreshadow though. Okay. So we put 2 scoops powdered laxatives in a lemonade and headed to Johnny Rockets. When we got there, we were all trying to hide the mischievous smiles on our face, and we handed him the lemonade. He took a few sips. There we go.
A few sips.
Took a few sips, started talking with us, and then all of a sudden, the lemonade started getting passed around to all of his friends.
Oh, it's even better.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh my.
I didn't see that coming.
You can tell this story is very pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is
Yeah.
how free we all were.
Yes.
This is how all liberal. This is like,
Hey,
hey,
let me
brought me a
waterfall
lemonade.
that cup real quick.
Hold on a second. Here, take some lemonade. This is
Sure,
the
I'll drink
communion.
after
This is
you.
the communion
I'm
lemonade.
not
The
sick, you're not
communal
sick.
lemonade.
Oh, not
They
all the
passed
fri-
it around.
Pass it around to all the friends. Jonathan's brother sipped some. All of their college buddies sipped some. But the older youth girls didn't just sip the lemonade. These girls hogged the lemonade from the rest of their group and drank at least 3/4 of the lemonade.
Hey, it sounds to me like this. Whatever laxative you put in there made it taste really good.
That's
If
it.
everybody's like,
I mean, hold on. Maybe they're onto something.
I don't think it
Dude,
was powdered
this is-
laxative. I think it was crack.
So I'm not gonna lie. Lemonade laxative already up here, and they're like, we're gonna prank one dude. I'm like, how worse could it be?
Right.
The fact that the zag on the zig was that he was
Listen.
generous with it,
And
then
shared.
somebody
everybody
hogged it?
wanted it,
Oh,
and people liked it enough to hog it.
You know how
That-
mad those girls had to be after they
Oh, my
realized?
dude.
But that's what selfishness gets you. When you're selfish and you're trying to steal somebody
yeah.
else's blessing, you see that the
Stop
Lord
being
didn't have
a-
that for
Stop
you.
being Uncle
Being a
Tim.
little-
You sound like
you're
Uncle,
right,
you
you're right,
sound
you're
like
right.
Uncle Tim.
Let me
He's
back
not
up.
here yet. You can't-
What the Lord
Okay.
has for you is for you.
Ooh, for
Stop.
That's what I'm saying.
Stop trying to steal people's blessings, y'all. That's a lesson within
Somebody's
itself.
curse might be somebody's blessing might be somebody else's curse.
Hello, somebody. That'll preach
I
right
don't
there.
even know if that makes sense.
That-
but
it did make
do with
sense.
it what you will.
You need a whole sermon on it.
One man's trash is another man's treasure.
There you go.
Ooh,
There you go.
That's biblical. That's in the
There
Bible.
you go. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I'm gonna put
That
that.
was
I'm gonna post another like, "What's your favorite Bible verse?" Wrong answer. Thing. Put one man's trash is another man's treasure.
Leviticus 3 and 5.
Yeah.
That's
Oh my God. So, of course, at this point, we were using every single face muscle in an effort not to laugh.
Oh, my
And we
goodness.
ran out of that restaurant in absolute awe. Our prank had worked 20 times better than we ever expected it to. But it wasn't over. Lord.
Yeah, it's not over.
Oh, Lord.
Guys, when you come back next week, we'll figure out the rest of the.
Tune in next week for the rest of
Tune
it.
in next week for the. What if we ended episodes like that? Like that's
Oh
enough for
my
now.
God.
Part
Yeah.
2 coming soon. No.
Yeah, that would suck.
Oh, that would be funny. Y'all got to do that
Yeah.
one time. That would be freaking hilarious. So later on that day, half of our youth group went to the Tanger Outlet Mall, and the other half went to a go-kart track. I went to the mall, and Jonah and Mark went to the go-karts. Jonah didn't know that Mark was in on the prank. We get back to the bus, and Mark proceeds to tell me that Jonah had a little talk with him. Apparently, Jonah looked at Mark and said, "Listen, I know you're innocent," which he wasn't, "but there will be payback. You might be collateral damage, but Michael is the target." Oh, Michael, you had a target on your back. Finally, it's the third and last night of Accelerant, and we've been looking and waiting all day for the revenge prank. We go to our rooms before the service that night to change and clean up. Nothing out of the ordinary. We get dressed and go to service. Side note, Jonah was also an intern for Accelerant, so he had to be at each service early and help before, after, during service. We headed back to our hotel room, and approaching the door, we smelled an absolutely horrible stench coming from inside. It smelled like someone had taken a dump all over our room. Oh my goodness.
Everybody was like, wait a second, who gave me the laxative? I'm going to the room.
Right.
Hold on. I'm going to
hold
the
myself
room.
together.
Oh no.
Oh, this finna get good. Okay, it smelled like someone had taken a dump all over our room. We open the door and find the Amazon rainforest of TP. Not only did he strain TP everywhere, but he ripped it up and put it in our suitcases. He took a dump in the toilet, didn't flush, then he took toilet paper and strained it from the toilet and out around our sink and shower and everything.
Oh my
the
goodness.
toilet paper outside of the toilet was dry. He also sprayed fart spray all over our room. He put ripped up pieces of toilet paper in our beds as well as itchy powder. It was hilarious. We honestly weren't even mad. We totally respected the effort. This was 2 years ago, and I still find random pieces of toilet paper in some of my shoes and bags.
That's the gift that keeps on giving.
Wow.
That's freaking hilarious. I went down to the lobby to ask for 3 big trash bags, and the lady responded, "You're not hiding a body, are you?" I said no and told her the whole story, and she said, "Oh, you deserve that." She even hesitated giving me the bag as if she was going to make me take care of it without a trash bag, but I guess she realized that she'd probably have to do it herself if she didn't hand me the bag. The next morning, Mark tried to take a shower, and we found out that Jonah had put red food coloring in the shower head. We also found out what had happened on Jonah's side. Apparently, Jonah was the only one in his friends group who didn't get affected by the laxatives.
Oh my!
What?
The one they targeted.
This dude
did not even get affected.
This dude was just going. I'm like, hey, I'm going full Rambo.
So the guy they targeted and the one
Didn't even
who
get affected.
got all his revenge. Wait, what is he getting revenge on if he didn't get anything
That's what I'm
happen
trying to figure
him?
out.
Just the love of the game. He's just in it for the
Just,
love
I guess
of the
because
game.
you came for his friends, now he coming for you.
Yeah.
Like,
Man.
But if that happened to my friends, I just find it really funny.
I would too.
yeah.
But I would also totally be in on a revenge prank because I'm just into pranks and
I would
Yeah.
plan the revenge prank and then
But
they
then
would
like
do it.
then the
Yeah.
revenge. What about their revenge on their next prank? That's where I'm like,
yeah.
man, this is where's the top?
I like a good prank.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be down to prank anybody, honestly. Somebody grandma, I don't care.
Hey, please volunteer your
Guys,
grandmas.
hide your grandma. Either hide your grandmas or volunteer your grandmas.
Hit me up. Every funny comedy. I got you. I will prank your grandma.
Hey,
do it.
Yeah,
Want to?
Yeah, I've been a couple times, and I'm like, I
I heard
talk
it's
a little
amazingly
weird.
clean. My buddy went up
It-
there and he's like,
it's
"Yo."
very
But then I have a buddy who's from Buffalo, New York, and he's the first person in my life that I've ever met that like hates Canadians. And I was like, I didn't even know people did that. I didn't even know people did that.
The hate just kind of goes up north. Like we
Did you
don't
hear?
like
I said, hey,
North Carolinians,
hates
and then like North Carolinians are like Virginians, and then Virginians are like, I can't stand
Yeah,
New
everyone's
Yorkers.
just like,
And then New Yorkers are like, if I got to see another Canadian, yeah, that's funny. Yeah,
It's weird.
I don't get it.
I don't get it. Like I've heard, it's weird. I mean, I don't feel this way, but I've heard people been like Mexicans. Like you hear it.
Yeah.
you hear it. But I've never heard
Canadians.
Canadian except my friend. I'm like, what? But he played hockey up there, so I guess it's like real blood rival with.
Yeah,
I
Canadians
don't
like cross the border and they're like, yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, it's nuts. I always make fun of him for it.
That's the different. I talked about this on the show already, but I'm like, there are like different when people think, oh, white people. I'm like, whoa. There's Canadian white people, European white
We got
people. There's southeastern white. You know, there's like There's so many factions just to be like,
Yeah.
I can't stand. I'm like, what are you talking about?
There are a lot of flavors of whites.
They're
Yeah.
That is true. I'm
the most flavors.
I'm
you
flavorful,
could
right?
say.
You're
Yeah.
a different flavor for sure.
Yeah.
Different. You're a Traveler's Rest flavor.
Kyle
Yeah,
said
are.
that. Tell him this made me laugh really hard. The two instances where your life changed. Do you remember? It's about South Park was one.
Oh
and then-
yeah, dude. Yeah, yeah. South Park was one for sure.
South Park, did they start the Kyle joke?
No, they started just the ginger hate.
Oh,
the
yeah.
world,
Yeah.
the ginger hate started. It's like the whole world watched South Park on one night, and they woke up. And then, because like I grew up and everyone was like, they called me Carrot Top, and that was like that was as hard as the hit was Carrot Top, and that was it. The only person that called me Ginger was this Scottish guy, and he would call me Ginger out of love. He'd be like, "Oh, my Ginger," and I was always like, "My Scottish accent's terrible," but he would say it out of love, so I always loved being called Ginger. I'm like, yeah. But then South Park happened, and then the whole world turned on me, and now they hate, and I didn't have a soul.
So wait a second. So the whole gingers have no soul. By the way,
Is it
guys,
true?
Kyle is a ginger. For those of you who are listening,
Hey
Yeah,
guys,
sorry,
sorry.
you're on audio.
Hey, for the people who watch
that
it,
whole narrative just started by South Park.
Yep,
Were they making fun of the guy on YouTube?
I think so.
The dude on YouTube was like, "Gingers have souls." You remember that?
Yeah.
That viral video.
Where'd he go? Is there not a spokesman for gingers nowadays? Because I'll step up. I'll be the one.
You'll be the
I'll be
the
the
Martin Luther King Jr. of
Just step up
gingers.
and really like, just
Yeah.
GLM, just ginger lives.
Yeah.
Yo, why is no one talking about this?
and it
And
all started here on
the real
Church
enemy
Goes
is
Podcast.
I just point at the sun. Yeah, what's up with him?
Yeah. That's so fun. It's so interesting how like pop culture. I don't know how much pop culture influences.
I mean, the internet also ruined my name.
Yeah, Kyle. Yeah.
Thank God for
I-
Karen.
so-
Shout out to Karen for taking all the hate. I've never been so happy for
Karen took the heat off.
for
you.
Well,
Karen.
it was like Chad first, right?
Chad.
Everybody's
It was
like,
Chad and Brad, and I was like, ha, right, those idiots.
Yeah, and then they were
and
like,
like,
hold on.
but
on.
They showed like a
Kyle.
drywall with holes in it, like Monster Energy.
Yeah.
And I'm like, but I have punched a hole in a wall though. I'm not gonna. I have done it. I've done it.
I'm all for justice. But you know,
I'm for justice from a distance.
We don't like people that
Is that the
skip
episode
drive-thru.
title?
That's the episode.
Justice from a distance.
I mean, yeah, people were like, I was in a group chat with some friends who were like, you go to the marches, and I'm like, ooh, guess what?
Someone
No.
texted me. I was like, "Give me some protective gear, and we're good."
Because I texted you and I called you and I was like, "Yo, Penny, you going any protest this week?" And you're like, "Nah, dude." And we were both like, "Catch a brick to the head." Nah.
There was a
Justice
waitress.
from a distance.
There was a waitress at the Feather who had like the wind screen thing, and I was like, "Hey, if I gave you a baton, it looks like you could arrest me."
Yeah, the little face shields, which I feel like it just exposes your mouth and
Yeah,
your,
it doesn't look.
and I'm like, yeah,
it
cool.
was a
You're protecting
table-
your eyes. You're getting COVID through your eyes.
Yeah, Cookout has those, but you can't hear anything when you're wearing it, so it's really useless.
You
when you're
can't
driving.
hear the screen thing.
Well, it's a hat. It's just a hat that's bolted to like this plastic goes all the way around your head.
Oh, so it like shields your ears. Man, those people are like, COVID ain't going nowhere.
But you know what? I only wear it if like a customer starts coughing. I'm like, oh, go get me the space helmet. I call it the.
I'm going on a trip to my favorite rocket ship.
The waitress
That's the
at
second
Peddler.
little Einstein's episode
Yeah.
reference.
Once in the Marley episode and once now. The waitress at the Peddler put that on, and a table said, "Hey, Darth Vader," and she was, and then she's stuck wearing. She didn't bring a mask, so she's stuck wearing that for the rest of the day, and it's got to be in her head like they really just called me Darth Vader. She's like 40,
issue from that episode. So this was a very eventful summer. I remember it was a Sunday, and we were getting our assignments for like, okay, here are your campers. Here's who they're going to be, any like medical conditions and everything like that. And I had a pretty easy summer so far. Well, I get my assignment, and they're like, hey, all right, so you have 7 campers in high school, and 4 of them have like diagnosed ADHD. And then they were like, you also have a guy who has schizophrenia and is bipolar as well. And I was like, all right, let's do this thing. Like, this is going to be a good week. So with schizophrenia, a lot of times it's like hallucinations and everything like that. And so I really wasn't experienced at all with how to deal with that or what to do to help. And so,
did you know anything going in?
As far as did I know, I didn't know anything going in. I knew like what it was, and so I was kind of like emotionally prepared for like, okay, here we go. This is probably going to be a tough one, but I don't know how it's going to go. And they also were like, hey, this kid, he hasn't gone to camp before. Like, they really want him to stay the whole week, but if he ends up having like too tough of a time, like, just let us know. But for me, I was like having this weird like hero complex where I was like, I will be the one to keep him here a full week. He will have a good time.
Hold on, I gotta ask, what year was this?
Oh, dude, this was 2015, 2014, something like that.
Because I feel like camps have pretty strict rules, right? Where they're like, the last time I was there, like 3 or 4 years ago, they're like, you can't use the same shower as a student, no phones out,
right?
All these things that. But why would they trust you with a kid with schizophrenia? That
Dude,
they were like, hey, you got this.
I don't
See
know.
ya at the end. You know what I mean?
They're like, have fun. So
what? Yeah, I feel like there's like some steps that needed to happen before that to like properly prepare you.
I do agree with that highly. I will say I definitely have the same thought, especially now after being like a youth ministry leader. I'm just like, there's no way that I would just like throw a volunteer and be like, hey, this is the day before. Hope it goes well, And so, but it happened to me, so maybe I'm more sensitive to it. So here's what happens. He shows up, super nice kid, but right out of the gate, I knew like this is going to be a very interesting week because he straight up looks at me and he's like, I'm aware that I hallucinate. And he's like, and I see Slender Man nonstop.
What?
Yeah, he's like, I see Slender Man.
Serious?
He's like, that's the one that I hallucinate. And I was like, oh boy, I have to be in a cabin with this kid. If this kid's like yelling that he's seen Slender Man and we're out here in the middle of the woods in the mountains, like, I'm gonna freak out.
This sounds like this sounds like an M. Night Shyamalan movie.
It was. I lived it.
This kid like
This would be the greatest movie.
Was he sitting on the edge of the bed and he's like, I am aware that I hallucinate.
No.
Everywhere I go, I see Slender Man.
He's like, hello, Jonathan.
This is the
And
movie.
I'm like,
He goes, the movie is, he says, these are not hallucinations.
that's right. He's like, these are very real. They're very
Slender
real.
Man is behind you, Jonathan.
Okay, so that week it ended up. So Monday he tells me he sees Slender Man, and then it ends up later that night. We're like in the middle of session, and I see him kind of like staring off like this. He was just like,
oh no.
And so I'm like sitting next to him, so I'm kind of like, hey man, like I'll call him Brandon. That was actually his name. Sorry, but I was like, hey Brandon. There's a lot of Brandons. Okay, I was like, hey Brandon, I was like, you all right, man? Is everything okay? And he's like, no, I see him right now. And I was like, you do? And so it's like me looking up there just to verify that I too don't see Slender Man. That would be even scarier. I look up there, he's actually there next to the guy speaking, and I'm like, this is a problem. But so I see it, or I don't see it. That was weird. I didn't see him.
We're about to take a turn.
I see him. I see him right now. He's standing next to me.
He takes me.
I'm like, hey Brandon, like, this isn't like real, man. Like, and he's like, I know. It's just freaking me out, man. And I'm like, okay, all right. So I take him out. We like sit down, and he's like, I'm winding down. Everything's fine. I was like, okay, cool. So the next day we go and we're hiking. We're in the woods, which is not what you want for a kid who like sees Slender Man and like associates the woods with the game and everything. So it's like the whole time he's like looking at trees and like saying, I think I see markings right here on the tree. And I'm like, I don't see anything, Brandon. Like, I don't see it. Dude. And he's like, this is it. This is him. He's here. And I'm like, he's not here, man. Like, I'm telling you, Slender Man's not here. Like, everything's fine. the hike was really rough because I had to like convince him that we were fine, and then I like took him back down because I just wanted him to feel better. But the whole time I'm like, Brandon will have a good week of camp. He will stay for the whole week. And I'm like keeping up with like the people in leadership there. I'm like, hey, these are the things that are happening. And they're like, okay, well, you seem like you got a pretty good handle on it. And I was like, if you say so.
I love how they just threw you to the wolves on this. Like, hey, Jonathan, you have no experience in this, but deal with a schizophrenic kid all week.
I'm so scared right now. But it ended up that later that night, we would do like these contests where you memorize Bible verses and stuff. And I'm like sitting there with my notebook, and we're sitting out on the porch, and all of a sudden, Brandon, he's sitting across from me, and he all of a sudden kind of like stares past me and is like looking next to me. And I just kind of like lean forward. I'm like, Brandon, do you see Slender Man right now? And he's like, yeah, man, he's like standing right next to you. And I was like, right here?
What?
He's like, right here? And he's like, yeah. So I like take my pen, and I'm like, I'm going to try to like make this kid laugh. So I like take my pen. I'll use this flash drive as a pen. And I like do this. I'm like, look, dude, I'm like scribbling all over him. Whatever. I'm not trained for this. So this is my solution. Yeah. So I'm scribbling. I'm like, look, dude, I'm like drawing all over Slender Man. And he looks at me. He's like, you're drawing on his crotch, dude. I was like,
please be respectful of Slender Man's space.
Because Slender Man is tall.
And then at that point, you're like, do I apologize to Slender Man? Who's not really like, I'm so sorry, I didn't realize. But it's, instead, Brandon was like, he started laughing. He thought it was hilarious. I was like, well, the things I do for my campers, I draw on Slender Man's crotch by accident. So, yeah.
Another out of context quote.
Well, just when you think that the story is over, I was like, all right, I found a way to make this kid laugh about Slender Man. So it ends up that Thursday, so they leave Friday night. So Thursday, it's happening. I'm like, we've only got one day to go. Thursday morning, we wake up. I walk into the cabin, and Brandon's freaking out. He's like, look, he's like, he's right there. He's right behind you. He's right behind you in the bathroom. And I was like, Slender Man? And he's like, yes. And he's really having a terrible experience at this point. And so then he looks at me. He's like, do something. You've got to fight him. And I was like, this kid just asked me to fight Slender Man in my cabin right now. So I proceed.
And you have to do it, don't you?
Yes. So I proceed to like turn around in this bathroom and just like throw air punches. I'm just like, like going crazy, like just screaming and fighting Slender Man. And I like kind of glance over my shoulder, and Brandon is like sitting on his bed, and he's just like, yes, this is amazing. And so I like do a finisher punch. I don't even know what I did. It was just very in the moment. Like I said, I was not qualified for this. So I do a finisher punch, and he looks at me. He's like, he's gone. And I was like, what do you mean he's gone? And he's like, I don't see him. I was like, and he didn't see him the rest of the week. Like he did.
You punched Slender Man so hard,
destroyed Slender Man.
Well, he ended up. He was just like Friday. We wake up. I'm like, hey, you doing okay? He's like, dude, I haven't seen him like since. And I was like, did I really punch Slender Man? Like,
so I feel like either from like anybody with like a PhD standpoint, that was either the correct thing to do,
or the worst.
Or like you never engage with somebody else's hallucinations.
I know. You fought his hallucination.
You
fought a schizophrenic kid's hallucination,
and you won. You didn't just. You also won.
Well, it ended up the rest of the summer like they were calling me like the Monster Slayer, which is like I love the nickname. I was like, that's fine, I'll take it. Yeah. But in reality, I was like, look, I just like fought nobody in a bathroom. Like it's really not that amazing. Like I just was punching the air. But yeah, the kid like didn't see him anymore like Thursday or Friday and left and had like a good rest of the week. And I was like, all right, well, I don't know what to think about this, but I guess it worked. And now, and see, my wife now is a therapist, and so I know more about this and like what to do and what not to do, thankfully. And I look at that and I'm like, I don't think I should have done that. I should have probably just sent him home. And I'm like, I really think I did the wrong thing here. So
you mean like you shouldn't have fought Slender Man?
I don't think so, because I think if you look at it, you're trying to help a person like cope with something that's not there. And so for me to interact with it and be like, I'm going to affirm the fact that this is a very real thing and I'm going to fight him is like, I don't know if that's healthy or not.
I was like the complete opposite.
Yeah, exactly.
What?
Oh, no. I'm sorry, Brandon. If you're listening to this, I'm sorry I fought your hallucinations. I don't think he's listening
Brandon
to this.
somewhere he's like, I've never seen Slender Man since that day.
This is a weird synchronicity. Because I just listened to a podcast. It was a deep dive on Slender Man.
Really?
And it said that like if you're an adult and you saw it like start like popping up on the forums, it's like easy to tell that it's fake. But kids who like grew up with that myth legitimately think that Slender Man is real.
Wait a second. Who started it?
I think it's like 4chan.
Yeah,
I don't know. Like some.
This is always 4chan.
It was like a Tumblr, right? It was like a Tumblr
I don't know.
picture, right?
Oh,
like somebody put up a picture of like a drawing in the woods.
Oh
right?
yeah, and like somebody, it was these. It just came from drawings, and there's that video game that was super viral.
Yeah, with like the one scene of
yeah.
Dude, I still remember playing that video game and it freaking me out. I was like, I can't do this. Like, and I was pretty old by that point too. So it's like probably shouldn't have scared me, but it did. It still scared me.
Is it the thought of what is the scary part about Slender Man? Is it the fact that he's just a tall, skinny, white, skinny?
It's like.
Yeah,
they're like he's like a water polo player. That's what's terrifying about him.
It's like
He's
you may
super
not
tall
like
and white.
it, but this is what peak performance looks like.
It's like Michael Phelps. I didn't know.
The trainers hate him.
Click this link to see why. You know,
I mean, but like before that came out, being called a Slender Man is a good thing.
Yeah, it's like I have no experience in being called a Slender Man. I will say. The aha water is working me that way.
Slender Man really he took all the clout that the skinny people had once had. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just assuming. Oh man, that's funny. Gosh, that is so funny.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, so somebody's like, so the podcast was explaining like millennials, like what is it, Gen Zers?
Yeah.
Don't like they believe that Slender Man.
Yeah, there's a certain amount of kids probably. I mean, if they were kids at the time, they grew up thinking that Slender Man was real.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
I feel like we might get an email where somebody's like, I heard you guys trashing Slender Man.
I heard y'all spreading misinformation about Slender Man being fake.
I like this podcast when it was primarily based on church stories.
You look at it just like
my conspiracies.
You just look at the emails like todd@flatearth.com.
You're like, wait a second. Flat Earth, they've got their own email line.
Why not? They gotta get their own things. You know? They gotta.
Well, people will hear it, and that's all that matters, right?
That's all that matters. That's what I say every Sunday. People gotta hear it.
Amen.
I say, Catherine, turn it up. People gotta hear it. Ah!
People gotta hear it, and people gotta read it. You've got a book coming out.
Yes, I do.
Would you like to tell us about that?
Yes, it is half memoir, half instructional, with, a mix of short essays about the world and think about like David Sedaris, but Christian and soft and made of felt.
I've already pre-ordered, so I can't wait for it to arrive.
I didn't hear about your book. Forgive me, Pastor. What is the name of the book?
It's we're still workshopping the title. We got a couple names that we're
when I pre-ordered
on.
It said title coming soon by Pastor Pupper.
That's might be what we go with. That's my favorite. The other options are Felt Man in a Flesh World.
Solid.
Mm-hmm.
What's another title you've been working on? What's another title that you've been
The Hand That Guides Me. I don't understand what's so funny about that. It's referring to God's hand, but
we don't mean any disrespect, Pastor Tom.
Thank you.
Excuse my colleague.
It's okay, PJ.
It's PD. It's PD.
Hey, it's whatever you want. It's whatever you want, Pastor.
Sure thing, PJ.
Well, that's good, Pastor. We're so glad. For the book writing, did you? How did you do it? Did you have a team of writers? Did you go to a cabin for a couple of weeks and just get up there alone with God? And
well, I spent a lot of time with God on this one, but everyone makes a big deal about writing a book. Oh, he wrote a book. They wrote a book. It's so hard. It took them years. All I did was went to a publisher and said, I want to write a book. And the next thing I know, one of my assistants drops a book down on my desk and said, look at the book you wrote. It's so easy.
It's amazing that you were able to do that, Pastor.
I know. I said I want to write a book, and the next day the whole book was written.
Just make it seem so effortless. I can't even read a book, so.
Even the book?
Oh, well, I've read that one, but I mean, like normally, I'll read through 3 pages and I'll put it down, but the book, and your book, I will be reading.
Thank you, PJ.
Pastor.
Yeah, Shambone.
It's his legal name.
Is your friend okay?
Yeah, he has bad anxiety, and sometimes he will have.
I'm sorry, Pastor.
If he gets nervous, he'll laugh a lot, and you're an intimidating figure, Pastor.
What are we timing? Come on, guys. Come on.
How are we doing on time?
How are we doing on time?
I haven't asked that question in a long time.
Hey, let's just give us the light when we're done, all right? Just give us the light. We'll wrap it up.
Dear Church Stories.
Hello.
Oh, this is called The Distracting Butterfly.
Okay.
I have a church camp story. It was my last year for camp and the first year for some new kids. It was Rockwall Day, and that was the best day out of all the camp days. We can relate because rafting day was the best day, or a tubing day. Tubing day was my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
It was more dangerous.
Right. Every youth camp activity, I think when you just get young people with whatever kind of day, like even if you're like, hey, we're just going to be playing in the field. I remember we did like a field day one day, and dude, the amount of injuries that happened were just ridiculous.
Since it was my last year, I wasn't really paying attention, but I act like I was. Then I see a beautiful butterfly flying around us. It says nobody, like B-U-D-D-Y. Nobody else saw it.
There's nobody?
Nobody, yeah. Nope. Maybe this is the one about nobody. This is like the Indian pronunciation of nobody.
Nobody.
Are we gonna get canceled for that?
Oh shoot!
Can you do impressions of other races anymore?
Hey guys, listen, man. This is episode 90 something. Come on, guys. Come on. Context.
All right. Nobody else.
Hey, read the sentence before that. Go into nobody again,
okay.
Just like you did.
Gotta get it together. Then I see a beautiful butterfly flying around us. Nobody. Why can't I say this?
Hey,
welcome back to Two Bears, One Cave.
Oh man.
Then I see a beautiful butterfly flying around us. Nobody else saw it except for this little kid who was about 7 at the time. He got distracted and started chasing the butterfly for absolutely no reason. And the best part is that the counselors didn't even notice until they looked around to see if anyone had questions. We all started yelling at the kid to come back, but he didn't hear us or wasn't listening. Finally, someone had to run after him to get him to stop chasing the butterfly. Thanks for doing this podcast. It's awesome. From Veda.
Not gonna lie, Veda. The best part of that was nobody.
I was about to say nobody really overshadowed everything.
We're gonna get to the segment.
Oh yeah.
Do you know the singer Jimmy Needham? Jimmy
Yes.
Needham?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Have I told you this joke already?
I think we both used to do it.
Did we? Okay.
Yeah, back in like the youth group days.
Let me hold on a second. Let me find it. So Jimmy Needham, a few years ago.
Stage one time.
What?
Yeah, I talked about him on stage.
Where?
At Coffee Underground.
Did you? Did you
Yeah.
say the same joke that I said?
Maybe.
Okay. Anyways, Jimmy Needham is a Christian singer. He's got a great album on hymns. Great album. Anyways, a couple of years ago, 2016 to be exact, he posted this picture. It's an older picture of him. He's looking a little round, right? And the caption is, "Thuggish, 12-year-old me, thuggish, ruggish." And he looks round. He looks round. Jimmy Needham. And this is a joke that I said 4 years ago. And then I remembered. And then I came back and found it later on. And I said it to myself. I didn't post it. I didn't comment it. I just went, Jimmy Needham. I gotta say it right. Jimmy need ham. More like Jimmy needs salad.
Okay. We didn't do the same thing, but that's he's just asking for it with that name.
We're gonna post the picture on Instagram.
Yeah, I went to. But can we do that? Is that too mean?
We'll post the picture without saying my joke. You're gonna have to listen to that, Jimmy. If you listened, I'm sorry. Big fan.
I went on
All right,
stage.
but that joke, come on, it's low hanging fruit.
I was told about him, and I just could not stop laughing because I thought his name was so funny. And then I went on stage, and I was like, "Yeah." So I made up this fake story. I was like, "Somebody gave me tickets to this Jimmy Needham show, and it was really good, but." I couldn't help but think the whole time that he should be like a fat Southern kid saying, "Jimmy need ham."
like a little kid on a sitcom. It's just his one bit.
Jimmy need ham. He just takes his shirt off. He's like, Jimmy need ham.
Jimmy need ham.
like Gibby.
Yes,
That'd be like an iCarly Gibby.
yes, that is what I pictured.
That's funny.
But instead of peanut butter, he's covered in ham. Do you want to play? Is that we're good, right?
No, no, dude.
How many is there? How many is there?
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh my gosh!
He put some work in. This wasn't an EP.
Yeah. Between delivering pizza, I was at home.
You just really want this to end,
and I was
don't
like,
you?
huh? What time? What's the time? How are we looking on time?
Producer.
All right.
That's
how about we play one more, so we can end your pain and suffering.
Wait a second. What, do you have one that you want to play?
Oh yeah.
Where? Oh.
You know.
What is it called?
It's
Hefty.
It's called Baby.
Hefty.
Oh man.
Hefty.
All right, so a little before I play this, I told Shama's somebody that was on staff. I was like, "Hey, one day before Shama preaches, he pulled all this off the internet, but I bought it on Google Play. So I really want to play like right before he goes up. I want to play this song." And then it got back to Shama, and I wasn't allowed near the tech booth.
And I was like, "Dude, you can't do it."
Whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa. Uncle Roger, I really don't want to do a cover of Baby. I'm a Christian rapper, yo. I told you, Shama, we ain't just doing a cover of Baby. We tell you about the real Baby. Like Baby, Jesus Baby? The reason for the season. I don't even know what to say.
Top tier voice acting.
All right, well, can you fast forward to that one part? Don't worry, Shama. When I was 13, I was a sinner. But I was sitting in church, heard a message, and I ran down to the altar. See, the devil had me twisted. Oh, I was till Jesus took the wheel and turned my life around. Jesus took the wheel. With a turn. To follow him, no Facebook neither. But no doubt one of my favorite. And although it might sound silly, this God whom I worship daily was conceived in a girl named Mary and was born in a manger.
All right. Okay.
Baby.
You did it.
I guess you want to end it there.
Amazing.
Not in front of my producer.
Send me all of these. Send me all of these.
Will do.
Oh man, I
Oh,
can't.
just
Can
send
I?
me the
Can
record.
You, can I? say the titles of the other ones. I've forgotten what I even put on it.
All right, title. The first track was Disclaimer.
With
Masterpiece.
hits like Disclaimer.
Yes, with hits like You're the Master of My Piece. You sound like you were code switching.
Code switching to what? Code switching to what?
I don't. You're the Master of My Piece. Like, what is that? Like, you're code switching to a like a construction worker.
Hey there.
This is like somebody in the Salties platoon.
I haven't heard that name in years.
Right,
the Master of My Piece.
Superhero was the second track.
Yes. Okay.
If there's anyone that you would like me to play, I mean, Yeah Buddy is on here too.
Yeah, but
yeah. Okay. Go on.
Talk About You.
Okay.
Saved.
Okay.
Which is another one you did it.
that sounds like
I did,
that
and I'm
sounds
not proud.
So cringy.
Only.
Yeah.
By the Cross.
Yes.
Baby. Cover.
Okay.
And First Pick.
Okay. We're good. I think we just move on.
We're good.
Let's get to some church story.
we did the hits.
Man, I
really wanted to do this on episode 100 because I thought
I think it'll be right around that time.
It'll be around.
This was painful
because
this is the most pain I've endured.
I pitched this thinking like he's gonna shoot this down, but I have to, it's
Yeah.
worth a shot.
So, reflecting.
Free
Well,
podcast.
do you have thoughts
guys.
about? Is there anything you'd like to
I
say?
mean, my man.
I'm not
what
proud.
were you thinking?
Dude, so we've talked about this on the show before.
A little bit.
You know when
we
you
all thought he was gonna be a famous Christian rapper.
well, you know when you
Based
do
on that?
when when your circle of friends hypes you up.
We were
I did
11.
like one
we were
song,
like 10
and
to
people were
12.
like, "Dude, like that was good."
Your
And I was
circle
like-
of
and I was
friends
like-
that are 10 years younger than you.
I mean, there's some guys in youth group, like they let me rap at like conferences and stuff.
Yeah, there is the live.
I rapped
there's
at
the live
multiple
video.
conferences.
I could probably find the video, right?
I've got it unlisted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But no, I
Yes, you
mean,
can
I
find the video.
practiced and I rehearsed and I mean, I performed
man.
and I was like, well, I guess the people want an album. And I was like, I don't have any connections. I was like, oh, you made an
I
album.
do remember at the time
I
I
can
did
make an
think-
album.
I was always like, what is he doing with his voice? It's like the triply and the
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You listen to way too much, like,
I think I
Triply
did. I listened to
and
way too much like
Lecrae.
Reach records. But dude, I mean, like, I'm not gonna lie. I had it. I was like, I'm gonna blow up.
Yeah.
dude, you weren't lacking confidence.
No.
That's for sure.
But then, like, also, it's like that whole "my music is my message." We're like,
Oh my
I'm
gosh,
gonna
man.
spread the gospel through my
Dude,
music.
there are metal bands like that too. There was a ton of, like, especially in like 2009 to like 2014.
Yeah.
Probably like the same era
Super
that you're
cringy,
doing this.
man. Yeah.
You're like, yeah, our
What is
band is our
Jesus? Yeah.
our ministry and it's our message. And
It's super cringy.
yes, it's
And-
the most cringy.
Oh man.
Point being, none of them are around now. So
Oh gosh. Yeah. Well, that's like one of those things. I was talking to Grace and my sister-in-law at the house.
About
the other
While we
day.
talk about it, can I play the album?
Fine.
about this
But-
specifically,
No, we
This
were
one's
talking.
gonna be called "The One About Shama's Pain."
We were talking about multi-level marketing.
why?
And, they just,
As you do.
we know somebody who's
Grace's-
into multi-level marketing.
Yeah, I know a couple
Right.
people.
And I was like, the sooner you tell them that they're not in a good thing, like the
Yeah.
sooner they can, they are hurt, but then hopefully they can heal and they can stop doing that.
Yeah,
And get out. I just didn't have that person. Like nobody around me knew quality music or production, so people were like, dude, where'd you record that? Your house? On your MacBook? With some janky headphones?
that's
Dude,
amazing.
That sounds awesome. You should put it online. I'll buy it. Like, I think 2 people were like, I'll buy it. And I was like, man, I could make some serious coin. And, you know,
$10.
Cut to 6 years later, sitting to PD, freaking.
I never
telling
forgot. And I played it for
thousands of our listeners.
you did?
Yeah, I played it in Lauren's car, and she legit, like, after 30 seconds, was like, I can't.
Guys, if you... I mean, shout out to everybody who's still listening. We're like, man, I'm a fan till the end. No, you don't have to.
This is the one about testing your patience.
I made a music video for this. Music video.
Not the first time you've done that. Pew,
Oh,
pew.
wait a second. So that was the line. It was like, people like, you smoke something, bro? And I was like, nah, sip something, bro. A little bit of that living water. Now I thirst no more. Come on, guys. Come on. I'm not.
You're not. Come on.
This is a banger. This is a club banger.
So many memories. So much pain. You can see it on his face. In high definition camera.
Sounds like you were in the other room. And like the microphone was like 10 feet away from you.
Let me put the cross in.
You know what you gotta.
Sounds so painful. Oh no, you didn't.
You know, the
You
one
did the three
man,
nails.
Oh no.
Might take days or centuries. You know how you rhyme stuff with Calvary? That's peak Christian rapper.
That's like what's his name that sued Flame.
Flame?
That
Yeah.
sued, Katy Perry.
Yeah.
Oh gosh,
This is so dumb.
Talk about something that didn't like last past that 2014 era of rap.
Did you have any hooks like at all in the
What's
album?
a hook, man? Let me read another email here. Okay, this is
Do you
called.
want to get Grace to read it, maybe?
Great, Grace. to
Or
read this
will
one?
Ezra try to grab the phone?
Ezra. This one is called the one about poop V2 by Lucas Carter.
Another poop story. Okay.
Okay, this is a poop story. Not nearly as good as the one about poop, but a close second. So this was 3 years ago. So I got to church, hanging out, playing tag with all my friends, and I had some spike in all caps.
Some spike?
What is that?
And then in parentheses, in my pants. Is that a drink?
Is that poop? Is a spike?
Oh
does
my
it, wait,
God.
is the spike in my pants mean he dropped a poop?
Well,
Maybe it means like a prairie dog. He says spike is like S-P-I-K-E. Is that how he's spelling spike?
Yes.
He's got some spike in his
This
pants.
show is so weird today.
Maybe you should have pre-read this.
No, you gotta read
Well,
it.
if it's bad, we can cut it.
We don't pre-read it. We don't pre-read anything.
So it was no big deal. I just went to the bathroom and sat. Warning, gross. I can't read this.
You've already started. Go ahead.
Okay, so my turd was halfway out.
Yes, that's what the spike was. We've confirmed.
I realized the door wasn't locked. I thought I heard somebody walking to the door. I rushed off the toilet to lock the door, and boom, I dropped my turd on the floor. I spent 10 minutes trying to clean it up.
10 minutes?
But it
It's
was
just a scoop, dude.
He said, but it was
Oh no.
a bit mushy. Oh my gosh, I lost my place. I panicked out of my mind and I went out, told the leader I pooped on the floor, and started sobbing. Word spread everywhere of what happened. And the worst part, my sister's best friend had to clean it up because she was on staff duty. My crush heard what happened, and yeah, this night scared me because I let the girls of my dreams go, and my friends never have let me forget it. I love your podcast. Never stop being awesome, and congrats on Ezra, Shama, and PD. Just keep being you, mate.
Oh, I thought he was congratulating me on Ezra also. I was going to say, I had nothing to do with Ezra.
We Grace and I drop Ezra off at PD's on the weekends.
Yeah.
He's got custody.
The official babysitter.
PD plays VR with him and then makes him watch wrestling every weekend.
He did add a microphone emoji and then a raindrop, and that stood for mic drop. Get it? That's the end of the email.
Did he explain that, or did you just did you just interpret that?
He explained it. That was in parentheses.
Oh, okay.
Or she. I don't even know who sent Lucas.
Lucas Carter.
Lucas Carter.
I doubt a female would send a story like that.
Yeah, the females have shame.
Yeah, they're like, guys, okay, I got a spiky boy.
A female would have this happen to them and realize that no one needed to know about it. But thank you so much for sending that.
Speaking of Mormon November, I brought gifts.
Yeah.
Oh,
I brought
let's
gifts
just
for
say
everyone.
right before you open those,
Okay.
Chase Bridges is here, and this is the Mormon November Spectacular.
This is the Mormon November Spectacular, guys. It is November.
Yep, and we got our good friend, collaborator, Chase Bridges.
We is spectacular.
Buttermilk gourmet.
Please.
For everybody.
Please.
Don't mind if I do.
Chase.
We this is a gift, bro.
You just brought
Wait,
buttermilk?
Did you not get me anything for Mormon November?
Wait a second. Buttermilk? Are we really about to drink buttermilk?
Yeah, it's Mormon November, bro.
It's very good.
It's gourmet,
I love
pasteurized, grade A, cultured whole milk. This
Best
is
milk I've ever had.
probably made by Mormons.
Jeez, I love it. I'm gonna wash it down with some coffee.
More than likely made by cows.
Wait a second. Bro, have you ever had buttered milk before?
No, I'm lactose intolerant. I can't.
He just risked his health 1 month out of the year.
Yeah.
You know what buttermilk is?
Milk with butter. I don't.
No, buttermilk is it's like it's chunky.
Yeah, I had no idea, and I just sipped it, and I was like, this
I'm
is
gonna
the
try
worst
it. I've
thing.
never.
Buttermilk
tried
is
it.
essentially like fermented milk.
It's like blue cheese and milk.
You make it kind of like how you make freaking kombucha.
I just
You
love
put in like culture. You put in like some fermented milk. You
put in some
and it
culture?
freaking cultures the whole milk. Yeah.
When I got it up to my mouth and I smelled it, yeah, exactly.
Hold on.
Is there some water in there? Jesus.
Do you want to sip my coffee? This is
No,
COVID.
I'm good.
But
I'm good. Actually, I had COVID.
Yeah.
Chase Bridges,
Hey, brother.
COVID survivor.
Hey, listen. Hold on. Let's not ignore the fact that you brought some nasty milk up here.
Hey, you know,
The last time I used buttermilk is I used to work at Bojangles, and this is what we used to make biscuits. That's why when you're like, I brought buttermilk, I'm like, for what?
We're gonna make some
biscuits.
So
You're
I
on the
have
wrong
never
show.
ever had buttermilk.
Oh my god!
And I just, I was about to drink it, and when I smelled it like right before I took a sip, I was
Oh
like,
my
this
God.
is not
Yeah,
going
it's
to
not
go
good.
well.
No, it's not good.
And then I
not
took a
good.
sip. I tried my best not to taste it, and then I grabbed the coffee.
So
I think we got water in the. You can't get to it because of
it's
the
okay.
camera.
I'll be all right.
Hey, bro, this is about to be a. Guys, this is Chase
Stop,
Bridges.
man.
Welcome to the
Yes.
show, Chase.
4 times on the
Four
show.
times.
4 times on the show. 4 times on the show, dog.
About to be the five time.
Five time. Did you say that 5 times?
That was a wrestling reference.
Oh,
Look at you, baby.
welcome to the show, Chase. How you doing?
I'm good, man. See, every time I'm on this show, you ask me how I'm doing.
Yeah.
And the previous 3 times, it was very awkward because I was like, I'm good. And then I didn't like yes and it. So this morning while I was in the shower, I was having like, first of all, I was having like,
right now you just yes butted. Yes, but let me give you an explanation.
I had like an identity crisis this morning in the shower.
Yeah.
And then I was like, when Shama asks me how I'm doing, I'm not going to just say good.
Then you
So
did
there you
that.
go.
And then you picked up some nasty milk.
Bro, I texted PD yesterday and I was like, I'm going to bring milk for Mormon November.
Bro, how long have you been lactose intolerant?
I guess my whole life. So
you've never actually bought milk before?
No. I drink it in cereal. You know what I mean?
Oh, like what kind of milk? Like almond milk
Just
or
like
whatever?
2% milk. Like,
So you're not lactose intolerant.
I am, but it's not like that big of a deal. It's just like I get super nauseous if I drink milk.
Okay. So
And
it's
like
a calculated risk.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like my doctor's like, do not.
How much do you spend on this?
It's like $2 each. I use my So Crispy Cypher money on it though, so don't worry about it.
Hey, that's all of it, right? That's like what? That's like
Six.
That's like $6.
Robert got
That's
8.
all the money. Golly, man, that's all the
Y'all got
Crispy
money?
Yeah. You guys guys are getting paid.
Oh,
I had my first
man.
paid.
Did you just see, like, you're like, you know what? Butter's good. Milk?
All right.
I'm gonna walk you through the process. I got out of class. I left class early today because I was like, I gotta go to Walmart and get milk for the podcast before I have to go to work. And so me and my roommate, we drove to Walmart. I went to the milk aisle, and the only individual bottles they had were the buttermilk bottles. And I wasn't gonna get a whole gallon because I was like, I'm not drinking it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I could have given it to you guys, but I figured this would be funny.
Yeah, and especially that I took a sip.
I didn't know it was
Not
disgusting.
knowing it was. Yeah, I didn't know either.
It's
Never heard of this stuff.
I don't know. I don't know if people. When I lived in Tanzania, people would drink buttermilk. That was like a common thing, but they would sweeten it with like sugar and stuff. But I've never known of people to just just pop open a cold one with the boys on a podcast.
Like Steve Austin, but with buttermilk.
Yeah.
Just
Stone cold.
I used to work at Walmart, and we sold buttermilk a lot. Like these bottles, like a lot.
I think people are using them for cooking and stuff. I don't know if people are just kind of like, it's going to spice up my men's meeting tonight. My men's smoke group tonight.
It's date night. Let's get buttermilk, baby.
So I'm drinking coffee.
I'm going to dim these lights.
Baby, lock them doors and get the
I'm gonna dim these lights. We're gonna watch we're gonna cozy up. We gonna cozy up, watch a little Hallmark Christmas movie. And I'm gonna pour a little buttermilk for me and my baby. Baby. Let me give the boy PD a call real quick here.
Oh man, what if my phone started ringing?
Like, wait a minute. Let's give him a call real quick. I'm gonna FaceTime him when he picks up.
Hey, what's up?
Hold on a second. I'm FaceTiming you, dog.
Is this the podcast?
Yeah, man.
This is the podcast, brother. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You're in darn. I'm gonna stream. This man was in darn his good headset.
Is it a VR?
He's in the VR world.
Yeah, I was
boy.
in Skyrim.
Really?
Yeah.
How you feeling, dog?
I mean, I'm feeling fine, honestly.
Have you had any symptoms?
A little, yeah. Like, I feel like Corona is like flirting with me, but it won't commit because I.
Wait a second. So, in this scenario, do you just want Corona to just take you out? Like, what do you?
Well, I'll cough for like 30 minutes, and then I won't cough for the rest of the day, or I'll blow my nose twice, and then I just won't again. And I'm like, come on, let's fight, Corona. Like, why are you?
When I had it, the only symptoms I had was I lost my taste and smell. That was it.
Dang.
Yeah. So, I mean, I got the rapid test today, and it was negative, but they still told me to stay alone for like the week.
Where did you get the rapid test at?
Doctor's Care in Berea.
Oh, Berea.
Man,
yeah, I wouldn't trust it either.
Was that Dr. Kiss?
Yeah,
were they like, hey, honey, what you think you got that COVID? Come on, sweetie. And they're like, we won't say nothing. Here's a negative test, sweetie. We won't say what? That is not this works.
Go back to work, darling.
You're good, honey. Where you need that money? Go get paid, boo. What? Get out of here.
Don't be broke for Christmas.
I didn't like the way that the woman gave me the test. She was like she did a circle in my nose.
Yeah, that's how they. Oh, I had to do it myself, which was uneasy.
Really?
They're like, get in there, dog. Get in there.
They were like, no, further, and I was like, further.
It was less painful when I did the one in Sherrydale.
Yeah,
I'm still waiting for that test result.
Yeah.
Hey.
Wow, dog. Hey, we're just we read an email here. We miss you. Hey, look at the video setup, PD.
Whoa.
Right? We're like a real
Crazy.
studio now, buddy.
Yeah.
Can you believe
so
that?
Weird.
I know.
Yeah, and being on the podcast via FaceTime is super weird.
I know, man. Hey, we miss you, but good thing we got the guest PD. I'm here for you, buddy.
I mean, and hey,
Week 1 of / question mark.
If I don't get the virus, I'm starting to think I'm invincible because
you can't be killed.
This man beat mono. If he beats COVID,
he beat mono in a week.
Cancer's like, hold up. Mono and COVID. Let's find another body.
That's what I'm thinking because when I got mono, I was told by all the doctors a minimum of 2 weeks. and I was fine in 5 days. So, I mean, that's the first, signs I'm immortal. And then the second,
it's thanks to those Mormon elves, man.
What is this? What is this? A PowerPoint? And Exhibit A and Exhibit B is COVID potentially inhabited in my body? Question mark?
No, but here's the thing: I kissed somebody who got the coronavirus.
You can just say her name, dude.
For a second, I was like, who did he kiss?
I was like, wait a second.
Does his girlfriend know?
All right, yes.
Lauren's not gonna. I was Lauren, check your mans. She doesn't listen. Lauren, get your mans.
All right, so Lauren got COVID.
Yeah, right.
And before she knew it, I kissed somebody with COVID, and if I don't get it, then
you're invincible,
I do think I'm invincible. Yeah.
I feel like this
makes sense to me.
There's gonna be so many people who listen to this podcast who are like homeschoolers who are like, oh, I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it, Petey. Petey kissed a girl, and Shama's got one baby and a baby on her way, which means he's had sex at least twice. Oh my God.
Only twice.
Only twice. This body, I might give this podcast an explicit rating
just for your joke. I don't want to ever hear you get on to me.
Is there anything else you wanted to say? I mean, you're going to listen to this whenever it airs, Petey.
Yeah, I'm very curious about how it went without me.
We read an email. We did a bit. We read an email.
We're just chilling,
ripped
man.
some stories. You know the usual.
I talked about wrestling. You missed it, man.
Talked about wrestling.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Well, I guess I'll just continue to be really paranoid throughout the week if anything happens to me.
Dude,
don't worry, man. I'm here for you.
Just one cough, and I'm like, oh, yep, it's happening. It's time.
So, yo, death is weird, man. Death is wild because,
that is crazy, bro.
One minute you just existing, and then the next minute you're gone. You're not. Come on. Yeah. And another thing too is COVID. It's kind of like, man, we all joke about COVID's out here. I'm not trying to catch it, but then a part of you's like, what if you do? And you're like, I better not. I don't have my affairs in order. You know what I mean? You're like, I don't. Yeah. Who am I gonna bequeath my stuff?
I was already thinking about all the things that I would do if I had 2 weeks to do nothing. I was like, I'm gonna watch these 2 New Japan tournaments that I missed. I'm going to watch a bunch of football games. I'm going to read a couple books that I have that's sitting around.
Read it.
But I don't think I'm going to get that time now, unfortunately. I'm not going to have COVID.
Well, I mean,
what a bummer.
Just tell everybody you're positive.
You'd be like, guys, I mean, really wish somebody would get me, I don't know, a big bouquet of flowers or something.
Go hang out with Lauren for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey man, well, I don't want you to die.
Actually,
morbid it would be now if you died. Could be like, does anybody have any video evidence of PD before he passed away? And I got to pull up this podcast. We FaceTimed him on the show where he was sick and joking about it.
Hey man, it would do great for my career though.
Yeah.
I'd be here every week.
Yeah, you take over.
It would be like, man. But listen, dude, you're gonna bounce back. We will rebuild.
Yeah.
And by rebuild, I mean rebuild a new PD. What is it?
And
what is it? Come on, just dead eyes and long hair.
Dead eyes and long hair. That's my autobiography.
The one about dead eyes and long hair. There it is.
That's terrible. Yeah. That's terrible. PD, guys, if you're wondering, PD and I have known each other for a decade, so we can make jokes like that and eat Cracker Barrel together.
Did y'all eat Cracker Barrel recently?
We've eaten Cracker Barrel too many times together in the past. We haven't been in a minute, but we got to take you some time.
I would love to go.
We're like old pastors at Cracker Barrel. We just gossip about other people. Yeah, man, I had eye surgery, bro.
I just saw that Denzel tear coming down.
Yeah, that Denzel tear coming down from these brand new Ray-Bans. That's right. That's right, guys. I went the whole episode without mentioning my brand new Ray-Bans that I got at the mall today. I told Grace after I get my new eyes fixed.
You look like J.B. Fox in the Ray Charles movie.
Imagine all the people. Is that one of their songs? I don't know.
That's John Lennon.
Hey guys, this is why PD's important. No, wait a second. What is that Stevie Wonder? You can feel it all over. You can. That's him. Sorry, man. I did a John. I mean, at this point, does the podcast need even to continue? I made a golf reference, and then earlier that I don't understand, and then also I accidentally thought freaking Ray Charles had a John Lennon song.
Hit.
Yeah, John Lennon.
John Legend?
Lennon. Sorry, my bad.
All right, dude.
All right, cut it off.
Hey, PD, we need you now more than ever.
Yeah.
The show needs
I
you
just
now more
want
than
to
ever.
say to the listeners, I don't actually want to get COVID. And and if I do, I'm going to give y'all 4 guys. I mean, if I never come back to the podcast, I'm going to nominate 4 hosts, potential hosts, and y'all guys will vote for the Churchy Awards.
Okay.
Oh.
Do you want to nominate them right now or later?
Oh, sure. All right. If I die.
Okay.
Tiny if.
Jonathan
guys.
Wright.
Okay. Jonathan Wright.
Chase.
Chase.
Robert and Drew.
Okay, yeah. That's a good...
Okay. Yeah. If dog. Come on, dog. Guys. It's getting
Don't
real
get too
morbidy
excited.
in here.
Hey, man, I survived it. You can survive
Don't
it.
get too excited about
PD's
the
invincible.
possibility.
Yeah, when he said Chase, you were like, yes, God. Yeah, God.
Dude,
COVID, do your thing.
I've been waiting for the call since he told me he had COVID, man.
Man. Hey, PD, take care, man. Get well soon. I can bring you some ice cream or something. Can I do that?
Oh, sure.
Can I get COVID by knocking on your door?
Knocking on COVID's door.
We'll do contactless delivery.
Ooh. Contact. Is that where I just pop my trunk and honk? And you run out in your pink bathrobe and get it? Hey, all right, dope, man.
Man.
Hey, I'm gonna let you go, dog.
All right. Adios.
See you, PD.
See you, Chase.
Keep saluting PD. I feel like that's a bad sign for things to come.
You're like, gosh, now more than ever. I'm just tears stream down under my Ray-Ban. Gosh. That's what I'm interested in. More than anything, just fitting in something, man.
Yeah.
So it just doesn't seem weird, you know?
Right.
Like, I've auditioned for stuff in the past, and I'm like, I don't even believe this. You know? And that's not a bad thing, because you just can't, you can't, like, produce something that's, like, not in you. Yeah. So, oh my gosh. I one time did this really bad short film that somebody put me in. I played a... crap.
Are you trying to decide if you should say it?
The only thing is, like, when I say it, people are going to try to find it online, and I'm just going to say it. I can't even remember the name of it, but I played... That's too much time, too. Okay, so I played essentially a guy who was... I'm, like, the star high school basketball player.
Yeah.
And I go over to a girl's house who's my girlfriend. This was, like, a PSA also for, like, purity and like wholesome relationships or whatever. Yeah. And I go over and to this girl's house, my girlfriend's house, and I'm like super I'm like super sweet, and I'm like super controlling. And I'm like, no, you can't hang out with her. And
the North Greenville special.
Oh my gosh. And it was this very sweet black girl who was like my co-star. And dude, I didn't have it.
Yeah.
I'm not a jerk. Like, I'm not,
yeah.
You know what I mean? So the whole, like, I'm doing the scene and they're like, they're like, oh, like, she's going to order a pizza and you snatch the menu out of her hand.
Oh, I think you've told me about this.
And they're like, and you got to be like, no, you can't hang out with her. And the whole time I'm like, oh, yeah, you can't. What do you mean? You're mine, baby girl. Like, those were some of the lines were like,
you belong to me now.
One of the lines was legit, as I'm about to leave, I'm like, man, see, I knew you wasn't about it. Man, I'm a star. Dude, seriously, this is one of the... Dude, I don't even know.
Did white people write it?
So here's one of the lines. We stand up, but we're going at it. Me and the girl, and I go, come on, I'm a star, baby. Any one of these ladies would love to get with all this. You just one of the ones I felt sorry for. I'm in a leather jacket, and I'm like, peace out. And the girl like crumbles into the couch and prays, and is like, God, I'm trying to stay pure, God, but you keep testing me. I loved him, and that's like the short dude. And the whole time, like, I'm acting with this girl on the couch, and I remember the lady who was directing. She was like, "No, you gotta like really, cause you gotta get in there." And I was like, I'm not a get in there type guy. Like, even when Grace and I kissed, I was like,
is it okay with you?
Could you sign here?
Hey man, we ain't taking
I'm
no
a
L's.
star, baby. I was.
You know how many fly honeys would love to get with this?
You read my comments?
You just one of the ones I felt sorry for, baby.
But it's faux. One of the ones I felt sorry for,
baby. Who wrote it? White people wrote it?
No, it was black people who wrote it. It was a friend. It was like a friend of a friend. They were like, "Oh, you should Shama. You should get Shama for this."
That's so stereotypical.
And I was not good, dude. So, anyways, this was like 4 or 5 years ago. They finished editing it, and they gave it to me on a DVD. They gave me the short film. It was about 4 minutes on a DVD. And I hid it in my room for about a year. Yeah, and I was still a youth pastor at the time. No, I worked on youth staff. And then one time I'd had a ton of like youth over, and I was like, guys, I gotta show you guys something. And I showed it to them, and I kid you not,
they all just looked at you like,
dude, no, one of the kids cried laughing so hard he like threw up.
Was it PD?
No, it was somebody else. PD seen it. Anyways, dude, that night they watched it like 20 times. It was only like 4 or 5 minutes. They were like, play it again. So anyways, I was like, okay, whatever, I'll put it up on YouTube.
I'm a star, baby.
I put it up on YouTube, and dude, I put it up on my YouTube, and it is very much private now. Anyways, dude, it was
though, right?
Yeah, see, man. I even just mentioning it now, people are gonna be like, "Dude, we've got to see. It's gonna
be
that.
like your EP."
I know, man. I know. Okay, well, I might put it out for the church stories people.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was one of those things where I was in it, and like, dude, I was not I've never been like a star athlete.
Yeah,
I've never like
been a bad boy.
I'm gonna use the term like forced myself
on someone.
Yeah. So it was all these elements of like, they're like, oh, well, so now like we really want to portray that there are guys who act like this, and I'm like, okay, I'm not a guy who act like this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like,
so it just didn't work.
Being a good actor is one thing.
Yeah,
but when it comes to acting, you have to draw from experiences. If you've never done this before, then how are you supposed to know what to do?
I've gotten dumped and cried, so I'm definitely not the guy who's gonna be like,
baby.
Come on, you're not hanging out with her. You mines. Like, that's mines now. You mines now. And then I give her a ring. So it's like one of those things where I just like vacillate between being like, no, seriously. I got you something. This is a symbol of my promise from me to you.
And then you throw it at her face.
And I'm like, take me my ring back, you know? So more than anything, like having like acted in a bunch of stuff, now more than anything, I'm like, hey, I just want to fit. Do you know what I mean?
You want to find your spot.
I want to find my
will.
spot. Yeah, I get it. I've seen Spy Kids. I don't know what that was referenced to.
Hey, can I tell the story of how I got this?
Yeah.
So I was biking. When I was biking, I was jogging. Because my bike's brakes are broken. So for a while, I just called it a Flintstone bike because I would just kind of like stop with my legs. But then I just started running, and but I'm running and I hear Petey, like a bunch of like creatures. I don't know what it is. So then I go over and
creatures of the day.
I just hear these like high pitched voices saying my name. So I go off into the woods and all these little things but I've come to find out they're the Mormon elves.
Like the Keebler elves?
Something like that. But as it turns out, like I'm becoming a high-ranking Mormon. And that's the Mormon elves. why I was contacted by the
creatures. How tall were the Mormon elves?
They were like about like up to the milk right here.
They're like buttermilk high.
Their blood is buttermilk.
Yeah, but I mean, what they said was that like because I've become a prominent figure in Mormonism and I'm important to the movement, they were bestowing me with a Mormon jacket.
Do Mormons celebrate Christmas?
That I don't know. I should, if I meet the elves again, I should definitely ask. But
it doesn't matter to us. We just do one in November, not December.
Did you just come up with that, or did you think of that? This man said, "Petey." Like if you came up with it beforehand, I'm concerned. I'm concerned, and if you came up with it right now, I'm equally as concerned.
It's half and half. I came up with the idea of Mormon elves, and I thought I'll just fill in the blanks later.
Guys, listen, it is so imperative. If you ever see PD in public, if you're by yourself, or if you're with people, I just need you to go, PD.
Please do that.
The Mormon elves. PD.
Yeah, who knew that there were Mormon elves? But yeah, we're finding out things every single year, and that's why it's important for as many people to be on this journey with us as possible.
Guys, join the journey. Join the movement.
Yeah.
The movement.
It's just three dudes in buttermilk now.
Hey,
we got
buttermilk.
We got an expansion plan. We got trust the process, brother. Age.